Alrighty, so I just watched the first episode of The Penguin, and I think what I will do is basically um, review this first episode, and then once the rest of the episodes come out, depending on how many there are, I will just either do it episode by episode, or I'll wait for probably the whole thing to come out, or at least half, and then do the other half. But so far, with episode one of The Penguin, I'll tell you, I wasn't the most excited for this TV show. I love the Batman. I just didn't see the need to make a Penguin spinoff. But I did like Colin Farrell as the Penguin in the movie. So I was curious to see, how good of a job they do. And so, I do love The Sopranos and shows like that. So I figured maybe it would kind of be like that. But it is. It doesn't get, you know, the good thing about the Batman is that it didn't feel super on the crazy side. It felt pretty grounded, pretty real. And so with the Penguin, again, it feels grounded. It feels real. I don't, it doesn't feel too comic booky or anything. It feels a lot like The Sopranos, just more intense with really no filler. Because I'll tell you, for an episode one, this is how I would want an episode one to be. They didn't hold back. They didn't try to like slowly get you into it. They're like, no, you know the character, you know the world. Bam, you're in it, and I mean, there's no moment of breaking, and so I can really appreciate them doing that. Um, Colin Farrell, of course, he's great as the Penguin. You kind of get more of a little funny side of him, obviously that we didn't fully get to see in the Batman, and the makeup looks incredible for the Penguin. At one at not one point was I like, oh, this is so obviously makeup. Even when there's a moment where he's basically being tortured and he's shirtless, I was like, no, the makeup, the prosthetics, everything looks great. I feel like they did such a good job. So I can appreciate that. One kind of jarring thing in the show is the CGI. Almost all of the city shots and even ground level building shots are clearly CGI, and it's really, really apparent. It's kind of jarring. It almost gives me like CW levels of like, oh. Um, and so when they do like the citywide shots or even like they're on the street, but you see the building behind them, it looks pretty fake. Even the driving background looked kind of fake. It kind of did bother me, but it's not like it's gonna ruin the show for me. Um, they introduced a lot more characters, which weren't really spoken about in the Batman. So I'd be curious to see what part they play. There's Sophia Falcone, who is the Hangman. I don't know if that's a real villain or anything from DC. I'd have to look it up, but I thought that was neat. A lot of what happens in the episode you would think is something in a previous show, something like that, would be like um maybe it takes place over 5 episodes or even a season, and this is all happening in one episode, and they give you a sneak peek of things to come in the future episodes. So I'm like, man, if this is episode one, what all are we getting episode two, three, four, whatever, however many episodes there are in this season, or unless it's a one season thing. But so far, the style, the vibe, everything is pretty spot on. And they introduce some characters where you're like, oh, they're going to be in the story. Oh, uh-oh. And so it's just, you really just don't know where it goes. And I'm I'm excited to see more. I think if you're a fan of The Sopranos, you're going to love a show like this, just like crime drama stuff, like a crime mob kind of show. And I don't think that Batman is supposed to show up at all. I don't think really any Batman characters will show up. Maybe some like B C tier villains, possibly. But I'm curious. So, um, episode one, out of 10, I'd say 8. Um, it was a solid watch. I didn't hate it. I was invested. My eyes were glued to the screen, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And it's 1 hour, and man, does it not like it felt like it went by quick. I mean, they are just boom, 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 damn. So, watch episode 1. Tell me what you think. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited for the next episodes. I think the second one comes out tomorrow, Sunday, so I think it's supposed to be Sunday nights. So we will see what that's like. But yeah, until next time, I had my little co-pilot here. She's been really good. She likes when we're just in the room and I'm talking about my videos. So until next time, that's going to be it, and I'm out.